Blog Talk Radio.
Hey y'all, this is Danny Kinsey, and you're listening to the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio Network.
Hi folks, this is Mark Wilmot, singer-songwriter of the Redstone Ramblers, owner of Trademark Instrument Repair, and proud supporter of the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio. Do you want that old acoustic to play like butter again? You want to get that Strat you got from your dad hot-rodded? Or maybe you want to put a pickup in your banjo? You can contact me for all your TLC. I'll be there for your instrument when it needs me. You can check me out at Trademark Instrument Repair on Facebook. Thanks again for listening, and remember, support your local songwriter.
We're playing tunes that make you grin. Our music's better than it's ever been. So think of us when you need a show. We're at WIRN Intercom Radio. In matters of God, listen to your heart. In matters of your heart, listen to God. Wait long enough and it shall be. Wait long enough and you shall see. In matters of your heart, listen to God. In matters of God, listen to the Word. I think about the Lord up above and His never-ending love of days gone by and days ahead. There will be a special place for you. There will be a special place for me. So let go of all the stories you've been fed. In matters of God, listen to your heart. In matters of your heart, listen to God. Wait long enough and you will see. Wait long enough and it shall be. In matters of your heart, listen to God. In matters of God, listen to the Word. Listen and you will hear. Wait around and He'll be here. There'll be no strangers in this place that knows no fear. Remember to pray before you start your day. There'll be no canyon deep enough to block your way. In matters of God, listen to your heart. In matters of your heart, listen to God. Wait long enough and it shall be. Wait long enough and you will see. In matters of your heart, listen to God. In matters of God, listen to the Word. Take my spirit to the wind. Let me go where I can go. Take my spirit to the wind. Let me see what I can't see. Take my spirit to the wind and let me be. Let there be no lodges made of stone, or no trees cut for fences. Let there be no hard paths to follow, no iron birds, just the swallows. Take my spirit to the wind, oh great spirit, let me go where I can go. Take my spirit to the wind, oh great spirit, let me see what I can see. Take my spirit to the wind and let me be. Let the bear and the deer make their own path, and the wolves will surely follow, and the porcupines will all be left alone. Let the cougars and the lynxes find their own way, and the wolverines will all be left. Take my spirit to the wind and let me be. Let there be no lodges made of stone, or no trees cut for fences. Let there be no hard path to follow, no iron birds, just the swallows. Take my spirit to the let me go where I can go. Take my spirit to the wind, oh great spirit.
Tried to pick the most unlikely places where no one's out to know us by our name, and for a while we share the sweet affection that makes it worth the sorrow and the shame of loving on back streets and living on Main, suffering hell through the daylight for the help and darkness your pain of loving on back streets and living on Main. In the morning, when I face the one that owns me, and she confronts me with some things I can't explain, then once again I'll hate myself for living and wonder just how long my mind can stand the strain of loving on back streets and living on Main, suffering hell through the daylight for the heaven darkness brings, two hearts in the shadow trading passion for pain of loving on back streets and living on Main, loving on back streets and living on Main.
Living in the modern day, electronic super age, nothing's done the way it used to be. Nobody writes a letter or shows up in the worst of weather on the front porch with a rose and an apology. Now it's email or iPhone message, that's the only way to catch you, but you don't call back or come online. So I sit and stare at your Facebook picture. The only way to get back near you is cut and paste your face next to mine. It looks good and it matches up. What a shame that ain't us, like it used to be once upon a time. What I'd give to have you back, how I'd love another crack, just one more chance to get it right. But now it's email or iPhone message, that's the only way to catch you, but you don't call back or come online. So I sit and stare at your Facebook picture. The only way to get back near you is cut and paste your face next to mine. Now it's email or iPhone message, that's the only way to catch you, but you don't call back or come online. So I sit and stare at your Facebook picture. The only way to get back near you is cut and paste your face next to mine. Yeah, it looks like I've blown forever. The only way we'll be together is cut and paste your face next to mine.
I've seen the moon rise in a turquoise sky. One time out Cheyenne way. This simple beauty left me hypnotized, like standing in your gaze. The first time that I ever held you close, you stole my breath away. Like sunlight breaking through the Tulsa rain, you changed the dark today. No other woman ever made me feel a love so real, so true. I've searched a lifetime in a lonely world. My restless heart chose you. It's clear to see you'll always be my final rose. Your precious love gives me a peace of mind, like tequila in my veins. Your passion knows no end or borderline, like fire on the plains. When midnight leaves you with a fragile grace, a tangled mystery, wrap your fears inside my warm embrace. Your heart is safe with me. No other woman ever made me feel a love so real, so true. I've searched a lifetime in a lonely world. My restless heart chose you. It's clear to see you'll always be my final rose. No other woman ever made me feel a love so real, so true. I've searched a lifetime in a lonely world. My restless heart chose you. It's clear to see you'll always be my final rose. My final rose.
One leads on the other.
family I was too blind to see. Heartaches and honky-tonks will never set me free. Every day as the sun goes down, I make my way to town. I paint a smile upon my face, I wipe away the frown. Find some pretty lady, we'll laugh and dance all night. Praying as the sun comes up, everything will be alright. Heartaches and honky-tonks were always the key. One beat on the other, it made a fool out of me. Losing a wife and family, I was too blind to see. Heartaches and honky-tonks will never set me free. Doggone those heartaches and honky-tonks will never set me free.
In matters of God, listen to your heart. In matters of your heart, listen to God. Wait long enough and it shall be. Wait long enough and you shall see. In matters of your heart, listen to God. In matters of God, listen to the Word. I think about the Lord up above and His never-ending love of days gone by and days ahead. There will be a special place for you. There will be a special place for me. So let go of all the stories you've been fed. In matters of God, listen to your heart. In matters of your heart, listen to God. Wait long enough and you will see. Wait long enough and it shall be. In matters of your heart, listen to God. In matters of God, listen to the Word. Listen and you will hear. Wait around and He'll be here. There'll be no strangers in this place that knows no fear. Remember to pray before you start your day. There'll be no canyon deep enough to block your way. In matters of God, listen to your heart. In matters of your heart, listen to God. Wait long enough and it shall be. Wait long enough and you will see. In matters of your heart, listen to God. In matters of God, listen to the Word.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Paige Roberts Show. We have been really busy tonight. If you were tuned in earlier, we talked to Rick Brown, Music City Hayride Show, Dean Holman, and she was talking about all of her shows and things that they're doing up this weekend. So please go and check that out. It's all done for charity, and it's an all-day thing. And from what I'm guessing, it's all weekend thing. And they're here in Athens, Georgia. We are too having we're having Aspest coming up this weekend. So about out of breath. But anyway, we are Athens the rest of the week. We have our Athens, Georgia singer-songwriters coming on. So be sure and tune in. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time or Daylight Time, whichever you prefer. Yeah, and so tomorrow night it's Michael Tracy. He will be performing Saturday, I think it is, the 24th. So we'll post all the shows and things out there on our Facebook page or the website. And like I was saying earlier, we have a new website up, and I'm trying to get everything transferred over there so it won't have to be going back and forth. We'll see how that goes. But it has been wild and crazy. Tonight I have on the phone with me Fiddler and vocalist Travis Wetzel here with me. Hi, Travis. How are you doing?
Hey, Paige. How are you? I'm glad I saw my messages. I just got finished teaching.
That's what you were saying. Wow. I mean, it has been crazy here, too. I mean, but that's good, okay?
Oh, crazy is good. Yeah, in our business, crazy is good.
Yeah, as long as it keeps us busy. I tell you, when I'm not saying just a one-man show, you know, talking about myself, but or anybody else that does their music and putting together shows by themselves, it's a lot of work. You got to have team players.
Yes, you do. And on my team, right now I'm a team of one. So it's a lot of flat footing out there.
I tell you what, it's something else what people do to get together and putting together their shows. We were just talking about that earlier with Ruth, and it takes a lot of people. I don't know how I do it either, but you just have to keep going. So, and hope you don't mess something up. Absolutely. I know you're having shows right now in Alabama, right?
Actually, no. You know what had happened is we got our days just a little crossed. I'm actually headed for Florence, Alabama tomorrow, and then I have an evening show in Huntsville, and of course I'm based in the Nashville area, so that's not really that far. You know, it's a couple hours, and you know, I do a lot of those kind of things, you know, between Kentucky, Alabama, Middle Tennessee, and of course I'm working on a new song right now for veterans. It's called "We Gave," and it's not quite mixed yet, and that's why I didn't send you the MP3 of that. And the one you just played is a very recent song that I wrote. It's called "Matters of Your Heart," and I've been writing a lot of inspirational songs. And of course, my new record is called Inspirations, and that has 11 songs on it. The last one being a classical piece written around the turn of the last century, and it was played by Itzhak Perlman and Jascha Heifetz, and I played that as violin piano duet, and dedicated it to my dad, my late father, Lamar Wetzel, who loved violin music as well as bluegrass. So some of the stuff, I don't know whether you've played some stuff from "Take My Spirit to the Wind" yet, but
I did play that. I played that just a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that was a record that we put out in the early part of the 2000s. He passed away in 2002, and the "Take My Spirit to the Wind" came out about the end of 2003, and wound up being a tribute to my dad, and we put a lot of his favorite songs on there. I had still have a group called the Travis Wetzel Trio, which you can see a lot of video clips from the trio stuff on YouTube, and including some of the original trio with my guitar player Frank Whalen, who is the original member of the band, and we lost him in 2009. But I still continue the band in different forms, and going to be being featured at the Berks Country Fest at the end of this month on June the 29th, I believe, and then also at the Kutztown Folk Festival on the Mountain Folk Opry, and that's taking place in Pennsylvania, there in Berks County, Pennsylvania. It's the Reading and greater area.
So it's always something to do. Now, Travis, do you do a lot of? I'm sure you do quite a few instrumentals, right?
Oh yes, Paige. Yeah, I mean, I started out primarily as an instrumental band. When I got the trio together, we were billed as acoustic variety. And although we did bluegrass, we also did a lot of early jazz and swing. Like the music of Stefan Grappelli and Django Reinhardt and Eddie Lang and Joe Venuti. I'm going back to the 1920s now. And we revived a lot of those tunes, and really, in the whole scheme of things going on there and all the genres of music, there weren't many bands playing that kind of stuff, and I still love it. I mean, it's all that roots music is very dear to my heart. The bluegrass, the real swing from the 20s and 30s. Louis Armstrong and people like that, and Bill Monroe and Mac Wiseman and everybody that pioneered Lester Flatt, right. Earl Scruggs, and I used to hang around with Bill Harrell and the Virginians, and took lessons from his fiddle player Carl Nelson. And he was a very underrated musician. There was he played fiddle and piano, played everything, and so I at an early age got to hang around cats like that, and really learn what music is all about. Yes. And of course, not to mention Kenny Baker was a big influence on my playing too. He played fiddle for Monroe. Of course, Kenny liked gypsy violin and fiddle music too. Yeah.
But I know I've been getting quite a few requests for fiddlers coming on the show. But I know I think I put you in touch with Brett Dudenhopper.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
He's pretty cool. He's a youngin' still, but
I met him. You know what? I actually met him several years ago.
Really?
Yes. I'm trying to think where we did meet. I remember. I think we were playing. It was under a tent somewhere. It might have been a wild lands weekend or one of those kind of things for the environment,
But I'm getting more partial, I guess, and me being a pianist myself. I'm loving hearing all the instrumental bands that have come my way. So I've really grown to appreciate that genre. So, I wish other people would too. I wish other people would at least give it a try or a chance.
Yeah, it's such. You're right. I mean, there's not a ton of stations that are going to play that stuff. And it's almost like you have to search it out yourself. I'll notice. I mean, I'm kind of a latecomer when it comes to a lot of technology. Of course, I use a lot more now than I used to. I kind of, for a long time, really didn't want to use anything, and but I noticed on YouTube, like a lot of the, there's some great songs, that I remember, and I'll look and said it only has like 190 views, or maybe not even that much.
I know.
I said, well, at least, hey, at least it's on here. At least, hey, it's on here,
At least it's on there, but still, I would like for it to maybe make its way back out there. And
somebody's dog in the backyard jumping through a hoop. Now that's got about 9 million views.
Come on, people, really. That's funny. That's funny. Now, you've also won some awards, and last year you were also finalist for ICMA Awards in 2017.
Yes. I've been really happy being, a part of the organization there. The Inspirational Country Music Association, and met a lot of nice people like Jace Harold. I go down and play at his Opry, several times a year, and Corey and everybody over there is great, and April, and so they're really good people. Of course, I joined. I'd done a lot of work with Gene Higgins too over the years, and had released several songs with the HMG group, and which of course, he was one that started the whole organization there.
Awesome. Well, like I said, I'm really hoping, and maybe with y'all, shows like these, being online shows and podcasts, maybe we can help bring that back out. So that's what we're working towards. I have a lot of country music and bluegrass and things like that, but we're all genres, so that y'all don't take that the wrong way.
Oh no, absolutely, yeah, that's great. Yeah, as long as it's I like original, and I like say uncommon. That's kind of look for the it's kind of looking for your fine crystals.
Right.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, and but like I said, I hope a lot of that comes back out. I'm real anxious to talk to Brett. His grandmother actually contacted me on Facebook and said, "Hey," but that's what we're here for. So, and I always give somebody a chance to come on. But I've been really listening to y'all, and I think it's awesome. Y'all sound great.
Oh, yeah, thank you so much. Hey, I'm going to be teaming up with another great musician up in the Reading area toward the end of this month as well, Ken Garrett. And we've got a couple shows together, and those shows will kind of be reminiscent of my old trio, because we'll be doing some jazz mixed with bluegrass and Americana, so it'll be that really, eclectic mixture of things that, I haven't done in a while,
Now, do you still do Grand Ole Opry? Do you still do Grand Ole Opry shows?
Occasionally I do. I've been off from that recently here. Jesse is having another aneurysm removed, and he's doing okay, but he's taken off from the Opry. And, of course, I do play fiddle with Jesse McReynolds, and looking forward to getting back with him on the Opry, but probably not until the fall.
That's awesome. But we'll that's what we do too. We like to help promote our singer-songwriters or vocalists like yourself, whatever it may be. But we have,
I've done the Bluebird a couple times, and definitely want to go back there, and actually need to go back there because I have several, new songs that I want to introduce to those folks too. So And I play over at another singer-songwriter club. It's called Richard's Louisiana Cafe. They're in Whites Creek, of course, headed by Richard Trest. And he's a great songwriter in his own right, and from New Orleans.
Wow. I'm in Athens, Georgia, and I'm like, all these places my singer-songwriters that y'all talk about going places, I'm like, I know I need to get out. But I know I was talking at the beginning that they're having ASFest, that's ATHFEST. They feature over 100 bands out here.
Right, right.
And then Friday night they have, I call it the bar hop. They call it something else. They call it the bar crawl or something like that.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty neat. But I always try to put Athens out there and, keep them out there on the map, I guess, if that's what you want to call it.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure you know Maggie May Hilliard and her folks out there, and they're in Racine, Wisconsin, or near Racine, I believe.
Awesome. Well, that's what we like. Well, we've had a lot of great bands come out of Athens, Georgia. I know you've heard of REM and the B-52s, if we go back that far. How far back was that?
That's right.
So, I find it not really ironic, but amazing that when I do say Athens, Georgia, people are, oh, I know where Athens is. I'm like, well, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm actually doing an open mic in Gainesville. Sometimes I'll join. That's it's the We Gave organization, and it's a group of veterans who have PTSD, and they play music, for therapy, and it's just
awesome.
It's incredible. I mean, it's just incredible.
Well,
these guys that get together, and to see the expressions,
right.
The interaction, and we're going to be having a big music festival in Ocala in October. It's the first Saturday in October 6th, and it's called the Hullabaloo Music Festival. There's a musicians festival.
That's a lot of hullabaloo.
Yeah,
hey, Travis.
Hullabaloo. Hey, what's going on?
Who we got on the line?
It's Scott.
Hey,
yeah.
What's up, man? Another fellow songwriter here. I've known Paige. I've known Scott since I was 19.
Wow.
14.
And how old are you now?
Yeah, even there. Yeah, that's right, Scott. Yeah, Yep.
Scott's coming on when he's 911. We can remember 911.
Yes, we can. Yep.
That's the emergency response.
Before you know it.
They're going to have to call out the authorities, 911.
That's right.
But hopefully you can call in with your veteran song too that day. That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got like I said, I would have sent it for this, but it's not quite mixed yet, so we want to save that. That's that's a big special thing there.
Yep.
So
I'm always supporting troops, always, everywhere we go.
And we're going to, of course, working on getting it to the right people. Of course, the organization We Gave is going nationwide, so it is their theme song now. I've already discussed it with the people, that we're
excellent.
We'll make it a theme song,
Well, the We Gave, I think, isn't that the one? And I think Ruth had mentioned also when I was talking to her in the first hour of our shows tonight.
Mm-hmm.
She was actually saying something about We Gave.
Yep. Yeah, it's becoming more well known. It actually, like I said, it's a very young group, and it specializes in veterans, with different disabilities, especially the of the mind, the PTSD and the things that go along with that, which we all know can lead to horrible things like suicide, and but we want to prevent that, and that's why we have this therapy, and this to see this open mic night in action is just magic, I've been there for a few of them now, and each one is unique.
That's great. Awareness is a lot of the issue. People aren't aware, so
yes,
that's
yes, exactly.
What we need to do. Same with the suicide prevention and the opioid issues, and people need to talk about it. That's it.
Exactly, Scott.
But music cures a lot of this. If you remember back in school, the kids that were involved in music stayed out of trouble pretty much.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it puts a it's a
except the ones that followed Ozzy
Osbourne. Yep, absolutely.
It's cool. Well, with the way
Scott,
things are going,
Scott's a trombone player. You know that, Paige? Scott.
I think I remember mentioning it. Yes, I was clarinet too. So.
Long time.
I remember him putting on a sombrero and coming out in the bluegrass band playing trombone.
with the swim fins and the pink jams.
You got it.
And the fake nose.
All ready for Acapulco.
Many good times, Travis. Many memories.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll just have to have a show with y'all's memories on the Paige Roberts. If Travis would come back on.
Well, that's what it's all about, having a good time, and sharing stuff, from where we've all been at one time or another.
We need to hear more music, Travis. You gonna let her play some more stuff?
Well, let's see what she has. I mean, I don't know what all she has there. You know what? I need to probably send in some CDs there. I sent her some MP3s, so.
Yeah. Let's see what I had. I played. Well, you could talk about. That's a new album too, isn't it, Travesty?
That's an older album, isn't it?
That is. Yep. The thing about that album, I still call them albums, as you know.
Well,
the thing about that recording is I have a lot of people who really aren't even bluegrass fans, and they tried that recording out, and they really dug it. It was like, they said to me, "Listen, you know what? I didn't like bluegrass." He said, "But I like that record. I like what's on there. It's the one guy listened to Metallica. I mean, he wasn't really. I mean, he was a rock guy. He was.
Well, if I recall, that was a little bit like jazzgrass. Some of it.
That is exactly right.
It kind of incorporated that, but it had a good swing flavor as well.
A lot of swing. Yeah, there was a lot of swing in that record. Yeah, now the Travesty is kind of like a new grass, like you said, jazzgrass kind of a song. It's got mandolin there. It's got like a Vassar Clements kind of fiddle break, that I put on it. And matter of fact, I had one of those head fiddles, with the head on it, with the man's head, like Vassar used to play,
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So.
Video.
And I also had to come up with a memory for you, Travis, that I recall. Mr. Lightcap handing down the honor of being the Mad Fiddler years ago.
That is exactly right. Yes.
And I was going to ask if they still call you that.
Well, you know what? Yeah, that's how I'm billed, especially up in Berks County. You know, a lot of people know me, you know, because they know me from Dave there. You know, people it goes back, you know, and of course, you know, Dave Klein and people like that, you know, who are still active in the radio and the media. You know, many times I'll be billed as the Mad Fiddler, you know. There for a while I carried the name the Mad Fiddler too, and, you know, respect to Dave when Dave was still playing with the Spirits of Bluegrass, and he was still out there doing his thing, you know, so I had the you know, the 2 in front of my name, and then after Dave kind of retired from it, he had some hand problems, and he said, well, look, you carry on that, and he said, you're the Mad Fiddler now.
Let's go. Well, why don't we play Travesty, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nice talking to you, Travis and Paige.
Absolutely, Scott. Yeah, boy. Yeah, we got to catch up, man. Now remember, I'm going to be up there starting on June the 25th. So then I'm coming over to Berks Music Fest, playing there, and then playing at the Kutztown Folk Festival on the Mountain Folk Opry.
Yeah, I'll have to see what's going on. I have, believe it or not, I'm playing 6 jobs this weekend.
Well, that's great.
Yep. We got 1 on Thursday, 1 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday.
All right.
Yep, we're keeping us busy.
We are both gigging.
Yes. And if I get to the Kutztown Folk Festival, that would be rare because I usually don't get to. But I'll check you out when you're here for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That one starts at 6:00.
All right. Well, I'll let you go, Paige. You do what you got to do.
Okay, buddy. Well, you take care. Tell Anita I said hello.
Oh, I will.
And the whole gang. I don't know all their names, but I know there's a gang.
and a hello to Mom.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, buddy.
Yep. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Yep. Okay. God bless. We'll see you, man.
See ya.
Let's play Travesty.
All right. Here we go, Paige.
All right. Roberts Show on Intercom Radio Network. We are broadcasting live off of Talk Radio. Like I've been talking about, I'm trying, and I'm hoping I'm getting everything transferred over to the website at intercomradio.com. But be watching. Well, I got most of it over there. I got my shows and things over there too. So y'all just have to check that out. And we're on Facebook at the Paige Roberts Show or Intercom Radio Network. Now, Travis, do you want to? Where can we find your music at?
Okay, go to www.travis, Travis, Wetzel, Wetzel.com. That's TravisWetzel.com. And on there, if you click on music, I also have a sample of the new song for veterans called We Gave and One for All. So you can check that out and get a little sample of it right now. Like I said, it's not the final mix, but we have just enough up there to spark the interest. And
wet your whistle.
Yeah, exactly. Then there's another one on there called The Unbroken Circle. That's a song that I wrote about the flood that we had here in Nashville in 2010 when everything was underwater, including the Grand Ole Opry, with 8 feet of water in the audience where it dips down there in front of the stage. So, and there was over 4 feet of water in the dressing rooms, which destroyed many historic guitars like Charlie Collins's Martin and Jimmy C. Newman's alligator guitar, and it was very tragic. We all went through that together. I was playing the Opry pretty much every week through that, and we were at the War Memorial. We were at Lipscomb College, Two Rivers Baptist Church, and just all around, because it took a while for the Opry to be finished.
Right. Wow. That is a travesty.
Yeah,
that was
a disaster.
A disaster in itself, I tell you what. But now I do have a lot of our singer-songwriters, including your stuff over. I done a lot of work this week on my website, so there's a lot of information over there about you and your music too, and we do have a link there for your website as well. So there's no sense.
Of course, you can also find the a lot of us nowadays. We're on Facebook, and I've got a music page up there. You can hit like on. That's Travis Wetzel Music, and we try to put stuff up there that may not make it to the website. So. Maybe some local gigs that are happening, like I said, stuff that happens pretty fast. It doesn't ever make it to the website. We'll post something on there about that, too.
Well, I just have got my website back up, too, and I was missing a lot of information. This happened.
Right.
But it sure does help, and but like I said, a lot of the information is over there too. And like you said, we're all on Facebook, a majority anyway. The whole world, I think. But you know what? Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say, I've also done quite a bit of work with. I know you're familiar with Ben Cooter Jones from the Dukes of Hazzard. Mm-hmm. We've done a lot of recordings with him. He's had a career going out singing, and of course, bringing the General Lee's, the famous car from the show, and on display, and having jumps, and we get together with Tom Wopat and John Schneider, and have some big festivals, and have had some big festivals over the year. Probably the biggest one we had was in 2006. There were well over 150,000 in attendance at the old Nashville Fairgrounds.
Wow.
And that was just, it was an incredible festival, and so we're all happy to have been a part of that. That was probably when it peaked, and
right.
we've had festivals since then, but not, none quite that big,
Right. Wow. And yet I try to. Now, you don't do the live feeds? I know John Snyder has his live feeds on there all the time, and they'll pop it. I'll see them. It's hard for me to remember everything, so if I see them pop up, I'll know. Okay, I'm going to go and watch their live feed. But that's the only way I see that they're on is by that. But
oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course. They're all busy individually now too. Of course. John's still he's still well within his career. And doing the voiceovers and all kinds of liable to see him anywhere.
Right.
So, and Ben Jones, he's got a new place up in Luray, Virginia, right outside the caverns, and there's a Cooter's place there, which he has live programs. I'm more than likely going to be booking a couple shows with him up there too, at his Luray Cooter store.
Now, I'm trying to think if they do have, are there any? They have things like that in Georgia, don't they? I'm thinking yes.
Well, let's see. He's got a store in Pigeon Forge. He's got another one, of course, here in Nashville, next to Willie's. And let's see, then the first one was in Sperryville, Virginia. That's where I met him, and in 1999, that's when he first opened. And then we had the festival up in that area for the first couple years till it finally moved to Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yes, I was reading stuff on that.
Yeah, and then it got too big. Then that's when last year there it had actually gotten too big for the local authorities to handle anymore. So then it moved to Nashville.
Right. Wow. Then y'all might grow out of that too. Well, and then he's still congressman too, though, isn't he?
Oh yeah. He was in Congress, and I think Newt Gingrich replaced him, I believe. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, they made a movie about that too. Cooter Goes to Congress, and it was a reunion of all the Duke's cast and what everyone was doing. That was really neat.
Awesome. Well, we'll have to put together another show. Like I said, maybe you and Scott can come do a show with me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll make sure that happens.
Mhm. But I know it was kind of confusing. I think Ruth got confused too, but with the time zone, because y'all are an hour behind me, and I'm like, I had it right the first time, and I'm like, then she got me confused.
Well, yeah, and then some of us like me are a whole day off,
Hey, I'm not going to say anything because I've been there, done that. I do good to keep my own self straight. Well, and that's why I put the time zones on the poster, because even with myself, if I didn't have my phone in front of me, and I would never know what day it was, what time of day it was, for that matter.
Yeah, I think everybody's gotten to rely on that,
I know, with our phones and things, but we passed the law here in Georgia, July the 1st. You cannot have your phones in your hand in your vehicle, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, you know what? As really, I have to say I'm for that because it's just
yeah.
it is out of control on the roads. You know, people need to drive.
That's right. Well, you know, when your wrecks and things like that outweigh your DUIs, something needs to happen.
I mean, some people can actually do it, and most people say they can, and they can't.
Well, I do. I don't think I have ever, unless it's a dire emergency and I have to, but 99.99% I do not pick up my phone. I never have. I'm just your straightforward driver, and I'm like, don't talk to me while I'm driving. Anyway, that's the way it goes. But I know it's getting late. It's like 10 after 8. Maybe we can. I'm trying to think what I have in here of yours that we can go out with. Take My Spirit. Why don't you talk about that song, and then we can go out with it.
Take My Spirit to the Wind is the title track to my tribute to my father, who is Lamar Wetzel. And my dad was a guitar player, and he had 3 fingers on his left hand. He had an accident with a saw when he was 15. Of course, that was about 1953. So at that point, they could not reattach the fingers. So it was his index finger and his thumb, and then he had nicked the next finger up, and so he ended up staying with the guitar and just playing with the 3 fingers that he had, which is very difficult to do. You know, when you're missing your index finger, that's like your main finger for bar chords. And but because he was a big guy, he had big hands. I mean, he played guitar very well for, you know, only having 3 fingers. So he was, you know, a big influence on me with music. I'd listen to him play guitar as a, you know, kid growing up. And then I got interested in playing the fiddle. I heard, you know, bands with fiddle players, and of course Dave Lightcat played fiddle with the Spirits Bluegrass, and you know, would show me things, you know, backstage. You know, I'd go to one of their shows. My parents were very supportive of, you know, my wanting to be a musician, and you know, I got to you know, even take some lessons, you know, with Eddie Stubbs before he became an announcer. You know, he's playing fiddle with the Johnson Mountain Boys. So you know, I started making the record "Take My Spirit to the Wind" when I had composed some songs for the project, and my dad had been diagnosed with esophageal cancer, and you know, we knew what the reality was, that there was a very low survival rate on that type of cancer, and I had already planned to do a tribute record for him, you know, you know, when he was around, and thank goodness, you know, he got to hear me make a record with Jesse McReynolds too, which is called "Bending the Rules," and there's some samples of that on my website as well. And that record was nominated for a Grammy as well as Instrumental Record of the Year with the IBMA. And so, yeah, "Take My Spirit to the Wind," the recording project is a very you know, meaningful record to me, because I decided to put a lot of my dad's favorites on there too. He liked a song called "Minor Swing," and I used to play that with a band called Kentucky Roots, and which he was like the band dad. You know, everybody came to him for advice. We were all a bunch of young guys. I was like 15, 16 at the time, and then also there's another song that he had taken me to see Johnny Cunningham, the fiddler from the British Isles, and of course we lost him several years ago. But he came to a coffee house here in the States, and he played this old Scottish lament, which my father loved, so that's on there. So it's all songs like that that, had a connection with my father. And Take My Spirit to the Wind is a Native American song that I wrote. I've always been very close to nature and the ways of the old and the native people. And having Cherokee and Shawnee in my blood as well, means a lot to me. And so, it's a very special song that we're about to hear there. It was probably in the first 20 songs with lyrics that I had written. Up to that point, I really hadn't written a lot with lyrics. That's been more of a recent thing, for me, Paige. Like maybe in the last 8 years, that I've been writing a lot more lyrics.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't. If I'd done that, I would have to get somebody to do the lyrics for me.
But now instrumentals, now that's another story. The music has always, just flowed.
Yeah.
I don't know how many instrumentals I've written, really. Over years, because I started writing those when I was 13.
Well, yeah, and you're talking about composing music. That's totally different.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, yes. Yeah, it's a different mindset.
Yes. You got people like, even piano, like Bach and Beethoven, and people that wrote those lyrics. I'm like, and you sit there and you look at the notes, I'm like, genius would be a word for it, but my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And the good thing about it is you're always composing. Once you start composing, you never stop composing, and after you're dead, you're decomposing.
Yeah, right. That's about the truth of the matter.
So you're still composing. So we got B in front of it.
Yes. That makes sense, though, to me. It sure does. It'll always be here. Yep. That's like kind of leaving a legacy behind.
Yep, that's right.
So, yeah, But I had, I'm just learning guitar, so I bought me a guitar not long ago. So I'm trying to sit
great. That's great. Yep. If I was closer, I'd say come over to the studio, we'll do some lessons, because I give guitar lessons, mandolin lessons, fiddle lessons.
I used to teach piano, but I've kind of gotten out of it, so I don't mind doing it again. But, these kids nowadays, they just don't have the temperament. I'm not going to say all of them, but there might be a few that are still out there that are wanting to do the music. But I'm like, they don't want to really sit down and take the time to learn an instrument like that.
Well, that's right. Yeah, I know. And, there's so much opportunity now to learn all kinds of stuff, it's not like the opportunity is not there.
Right. And, now we are far and few pianists out there, because, even with churches now, they use CDs as opposed to even...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's so much nicer to hear, somebody sitting down and playing the organ or the piano.
Well, I'm very fortunate, and I've been I play the piano at my church, and I've been fortunate to have been there since like 2001. So.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Praise God.
Yep. It's awesome, and they're my family. They've really been there. So we appreciate it. But I know you're probably busy, and I think we're going to get out of here. But it's been good talking to you tonight, and I do thank you for stopping in and talking with us.
Yeah, you as well, Paige. Yeah, thanks so much for having me on, and we'll have to do it again. And hopefully we can coordinate with Scott's interview as well.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun, I think.
Yeah, I was so happy to hear him call in while we were having the interview, and but
that's awesome.
I'm gonna bid you all a good night, and God bless, and we'll definitely do it again, and
keep us posted, Travis, on what you're doing, and
I will keep you posted. Yeah, we've got a lot of nice things on the horizon here. The like I said, the We Gave song for veterans, and all the activities that are going to be coming up with that, or I just can't wait to see how that's going to unfold. I think it's going to be a big benefit to a lot of people.
I think so too. I'm anxious to see how everything transpires in the next few months with all that. So, but yeah, keep us posted, and we'll be glad to put all that on our website as well, so to get you a little bit more advertising on it. So.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I certainly appreciate that, Paige.
So yeah, we try. Like I said, we try to help our musicians, artists, our singer-songwriters in that respect. So. But I think we're going to close out here, and we'll see everybody back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, with Michael Tracy.
Take the spirit to the wind, right?
Yeah, we're going to go. What did I say?
Oh, no, I'm just saying the song we're going to play.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to go out with Travis's song, Take My Spirit to the Wind. So we're happy. Travis, and I'm going to hold on to all your songs too. And I don't usually ask anything from my guests coming on, but I do usually ask for a signed autographed picture.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you send me a mailing address where I can send that to you.
Awesome. I keep them on I call them my wall of fame. So.
Yes, you send me that, and I'll put it in the mail.
All right. Awesome. Well, I appreciate it, and we're going to close out here, everybody, and say everybody have a good night, and we'll be back here tomorrow night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So let's play Travis's Take My Spirit. Bye, Travis, and thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. God bless.
God bless you, too.
Take my spirit to the wind. Let me go where I can go. Take my spirit to the wind. Let me see what I can't see. Take my spirit to the wind and let me be. Let there be no lodges made of stone, or no trees cut for fences. Let there be no hard paths to follow, no iron birds just to swallow. Take my spirit to the wind, oh great Spirit, let me go where I can go. Take my spirit to the wind, oh great Spirit, let me see what I can't see. Take my spirit to the wind and let me be. Let the bear and the deer make their own path, and the wolves will surely follow, and the porcupines will all be left alone. Let the cougars and the lynxes find their own way, and the wolverines will all all be left. Take my spirit to the wind and let me be. Let there be no lodges made of stone, or no trees cut for fence. Let there be no hard path to follow, no iron birds, just the swallows. Take my spirit to the let me go where I can. Take my spirit to the wind. Oh, great spirit.
Hi folks, this is Mark Wilmot, singer-songwriter of the Redstone Ramblers, owner of Trademark Instrument Repair, and proud supporter of the Paige Roberts Show on Intercom Radio. Do you want that old acoustic to play like butter again? You want to get that Strat you got from your dad hot-rodded? Or maybe you want to put a pickup in your banjo? You can contact me for all your TLC. I'll be there for your instrument when it needs me. You can check me out at Trademark Instrument Repair on Facebook. Thanks again for listening, and remember, support your local songwriter.
We're playing tunes that make you grin. Our music's better than it's ever been. So think of us when you need a show. We're at WIRN, Intercom Radio.
When we go out to eat, we never agree on where to go.
I want burgers! Pizza.
Tacos it is.
The one thing we do agree on is we all want unlimited high-speed data. That's why we switched to Metro PCS.
Stop by Metro PCS with the whole family and get 4 lines with unlimited LTE data for just $100, period. Metro PCS. Wireless. Figured out.
Coverage not available in some areas. Requires new line. During congestion, the fraction of customers using more than 35 gigs per month may notice reduced speeds. Video streams at up to 480p. No tethering. See store for details and terms and conditions.